With Coldwell Banker. For those of you that don't know me, I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Minnesota, and I work typically the entire metro area of Minneapolis and St. Paul. I do these videos to earn business, obviously, as well as to inform everyone because I want to give back. I want to help you be a better buyer or be a better seller, even if I'm not the one who ends up helping you directly. Today, I want to talk about, it's actually going to be a two-parter. I'm going to run another one right after this. What home buyers should expect in this real estate market shift. Things are changing. Most of you know that. You've read articles, you've seen stuff online, but how is it really impacting you as a home buyer? I wanted to go over a couple of basic things that I think it's good for you to know before you start your home search. The first one would be the sales have slowed down over $400,000. We're starting to see houses stay on the market now for a longer period of time. To put it into perspective, it's been a seller's market for so long, a lot of people have forgotten what a buyer's market is or even a balanced market. A balanced market is typically 30 to more than 30, more like 60 to 120 days of inventory. That houses are going to sit on the market for an average of 30, 60, 90 days. That's a balanced market. Less than 30 days is definitely a seller's market, which is what we just came out of. It doesn't mean that a house is bad because it's been on the market for 45 days. There's a lot of reasons why houses sit, and sometimes the right person just doesn't come along for whatever reason. I've shown houses in my career where we've had a house that's been on the market for 250 days, no offers. All of a sudden, I go in, I show the house, and lo and behold, someone else does the same thing, and now we're in a multiple offer situation. And that's in a balanced market. So it can happen at any time. But I think the first thing is that as a buyer, you have to stop worrying about the length of time that a home has been on the market, because it's not necessarily a reason to not buy the house. And it's also not a red flag. You have to look at each separate house individually. Under $400,000, we're still seeing multiple offers. So if the house looks like what you would think of in your mind as a model home from a builder, chances are that is going to be the house that a lot of other buyers in your price range and in your area are going to key in on. So you still could end up in a multiple offer situation. But I think one of the gifts you have going for you as a buyer right now is the market has slowed enough that this stuff isn't being decided in 24 hours. So there's a very good chance in many cases you'll be able to walk away, think about it overnight, and come back and take a second look before you make a decision. But you have to be ready to go. So that leads me to the next point, which is always write your best offer. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with negotiating, but sometimes the price isn't the thing you negotiate. Maybe you negotiate your inspection or some other things that are in the contract that are important to you. But it's really important that when you do pull the trigger and you're ready to go, that you present the very best offer you can. So not only does that mean good financing with a great letter from a loan officer, it also means making sure that the agent who's helping you does the contract, fills it out the right way, making sure that all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, and there's nothing left undone. Those are still really, really important pieces that you need to consider. Paying closing costs, I would say at this point, I'm still seeing all of the buyers paying their own closing costs. The idea of seller paid closing costs have kind of fallen by the wayside over these last 2 years. They may come back eventually, but at the end of the day, the seller paid closing costs is just a legal way for you, the buyer, to finance that extra money. So you're still paying interest on it. If you can come up with your down payment and your closing costs, you're still going to be better off because it's going to cost you less over the life of your loan. Don't give up your inspection. I've been saying this for 2 years. There are some sellers that will choose an offer that doesn't have an inspection over yours. But there are ways that we can creatively write things in the contract that give you the opportunity to do a home inspection and not give it up, but at the same time, make the sellers feel at ease that you're not going to come back at them and pound on them for all of these items. Because really, that's what they're most worried about. It's not that they're scared that you're going to find something majorly wrong with their home. What they're scared of is they don't want to sell the home to you, have you come back and start beating them up over all the small little things like reverse polarity outlets or a small leak in one of the faucets in the sink or something that's really relatively minor. And then all of a sudden the whole deal falls apart. They've missed a week or two of potential showing time on the market, and now they're working at a disadvantage against all the new listings that are coming on. So be very precise in your language and how you're presenting your offer. I think the one thing is that it does give you time now. You don't, in most cases, have to make a decision right there. Like, I take you to the house at 1 o'clock. You need to make a decision when we're standing out the front yard, and we need to get that house put together in an offer and sent off within the next 2 hours to even have a chance. Those days, I think, have come to an end finally, thankfully for all of us. I don't think agents like it either, but you still have to be ready to go when you're ready to pull the trigger. But now you probably can think about it overnight. You can talk to your parents or your friends or your spouse or whoever is also, within your circle of trust to say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? The key to everything is timing and being prepared and organized. If you have questions, look me up online, Tom Summers, Coldwell Banker, Sommers. You can give me a call, send me an email. Happy to converse with you and answer any questions you have. Thanks for tuning in today. And if you think that this video has value, please, by all means, share it with anyone else that you might know that's thinking about buying a house.